PSG to win the Champions League 3 times in a row? The odds say history is within reach. Paris Saint-Germain have established themselves as the best team in Europe, but did not even need to reach their peak to maintain their grip on European football last season. Luis Enrique's side endured a slow start, finishing just 11th in the Champions League phase, but rediscovered their best form when it mattered most, lifting the trophy for a second consecutive year and underlining their status as the continent's dominant force. Advertisement by sweeping aside Chelsea, Liverpool, Bayern Munich and Arsenal in last season's Champions League knockout rounds. PSG more than earned the crown, and the French Giants are 5-1 favorites to win it again next term.
Wet boots ruining your mornings? This silent, fanless dryer gently dries boots, shoes, and gloves overnight while helping reduce damp odors, so your gear is ready when you are. Want to get the best verified deal and see full details? Visit grabdeal.us/4 right now.
So, what are the ingredients to their success? And who will be their main challengers to stop them from winning the competition for the 3rd time in a row? Enrique's winning formula is the most potent of any manager in the game right now. With Pep Guardiola no longer at Manchester City and Jurgen Klopp recently moving into the international game, Enrique is the most accomplished coach working in club football, and PSG are a reflection of everything he stands for. No team had a higher average share of possession in last season's Champions League than PSG, who also registered the most touches in the opposition box. Unlike some of Enrique's previous teams, PSG's possession isn't just for the sake of it. They play with purpose through the midfield and into the final third. Only Kylian Mbappé and Harry Kane scored more goals in last season's Champions League than Kvaratskhelia Kvaratskhelia, who found the back of the net 10 times. The Georgian gave PSG a different dimension on the left side, where he would stay wide to give himself space to drive at opposition defenders. Ousmane Dembélé also contributed 8 Champions League goals, with the French international key to linking up PSG's forward line. Dembélé's willingness to drop deep, create space for Kvaratskhelia, as well as Bradley Barcola and Desiree Doué to exploit in transition moments. The true strength of Enrique's PSG team might be found in central midfield, where the trio of João Neves, Fabian Ruiz, and Vitinha complement each other. Vitinha averaged more accurate passes per 90 minutes than any other player in last season's Champions League, also ranking highly for possession won in the final third per 90 minutes. Neves and Ruiz more than played their part in PSG controlling games in and out of possession, while Achraf Hakimi and Nuno Mendes are attacking threats in the full-back positions. Those two players averaged more sprints than any PSG players in last season's Champions League, highlighting their importance. PSG's fine-tuned system has been perfected over the past 2 seasons, although a lack of signings has seen them stand still over the summer. Gonzalo Ramos and Kang-in Lee have departed for new challenges elsewhere, meaning Enrique's squad is weaker now than it was at the end of last season. Advertisement Yan Diamond was linked with a move to the Parc des Princes before Real Madrid entered the race for the RB Leipzig winger. This suggests PSG are in the market for a new wide player this summer, raising questions about Barcola's future at the club. Some moving parts are still to settle before the start of the new season. Matvei Safonov could be highlighted as a weak link in the PSG lineup, although the Russian goalkeeper pulled off a number of eye-catching saves in last season's Champions League run. Marquinhos is also entering the twilight of his career at 32 years old and was only fit enough to start 11 league games last season. This could be where PSG can be targeted. Domestically, it's difficult to envisage anyone pushing PSG like Lens did last term, reflected in the current champion's price of $2.15 as odds-on favorites to retain their title. It's been 6 seasons since League One last had a champion not from the Parc des Princes. PSG's continued dominance will almost certainly continue. Bayern Munich pushed PSG all the way in last season's Champions League semifinals, and Vincent Kompany's team are 6-1 to win their 7th European crown. If the Bavarians can tighten up at the back and maintain their attacking verve, that saw them score a competition-high 3.1 goals per match in last season's Champions League, they will be contenders. Arsenal could be the strongest Champions League challenger from the Premier League contingent, after winning the league title last term for the first time since the Arsene Wenger era. Mikel Arteta's side are 6-1 and kept the most clean sheets of any team in any of the top 5 European leagues, reaching the Champions League final on the strength of their backline. Barcelona, Manchester City, Real Madrid, all 7-1, and Liverpool, 10-1, cannot be discounted from Champions League contention given the talent of their respective squads, but PSG are the most complete team in the game at this moment in time. Nobody has been able to stop them over the last 2 seasons, and it's difficult to envisage them falling anytime soon.